to my channel, friends. This is Shary from Plan with Black Dog Designs. Glad to have you here. If you're new, welcome to my channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be setting up two of my journals. I've been delving into a journal by Rachel Hollis that my daughter Sarah brought me back. She went and saw her speak in Texas last month, maybe? No, in July. And I've been looking at this journal, hadn't really decided if I was ready to use it yet. So that's what I have in here. It is in my traveler's notebook. And then I've also got my prompted journal happy notes that I've had for a while and haven't seemed to get myself on the ball and get going with these. And I've really been doing some soul searching, and I've made some huge decisions, some big goals that I'm going to be working on. And I thought it would be fun on my channel to do a Wellness Wednesday check-in. This is not my Healthy Hero. I will be doing my Healthy Hero as well, but not in this video. So if this is something you think you might be interested in listening to, learning about, maybe following along with, joining me on this journey of, for myself in particular, it's weight loss, but with that is also going to come a lot of other health and mental well-being benefits. So let's just use that as the starting off point. So if that's something you're interested in and you think you want to hear what I have to say, stick around. We'll get started. Okay, guys, I gotta get a drink of water. I'll tell you, since I have been back from the beach, my skin is drying up, my dry cough is back. I really seriously think I just need to bite the bullet and get a couple of humidifiers. Probably at least a couple for my house, one for my craft room, and probably one for the living room or area, whatever area we're sitting in the most. So that's a little bit off point, but I want to introduce you to a couple of my journals. I'm going to have a morning journal and I'm going to have an evening journal. I'll check in every Wednesday as to what I've been doing in my journals. So if you happen to have, let me go ahead and open up. This is my Start Bay Navigator TN. I've had for a couple of years. You'll probably recognize this, my Erin Condren insert. I didn't really do anything with it this summer, but I'm going to hang on to it. I'll do something next year. This is the Rachel Hollis. If you're not familiar with this, it's the Start Today journal. I don't know a whole lot about it, so you're going to be learning with me. I have gone to the Instagram, the Start Today journal, looked at some of what the other people are doing, and I'm just kind of jumping off from there. So this is going to continue on my series. I did go ahead and write down in here this morning. I took quite a bit of time. She has you, and if I can just describe this in the simplest form, she has you basically set 10 goals. In 10 years I will, is the prompt. But she has you write them as if they're already, rather than saying in 10 years, this is just an example. In 10 years, I want to be debt free. Okay, if that's your main goal, let's just say that's your main goal. the way that you write your prompts every day. She has you do what you're grateful for. Today I'm grateful for 10 dreams I made happen, and the goal I'm going to achieve first. And so if you say I want, my goal is to be debt free. So she has you write it as if you're already there. In other words, I am debt free, because that works on the subconscious level differently than someday I want to be debt free or I'm going to be debt free. You write it as if you're already there. So I'm really not too sure. As I said, I just begun with it, but she basically has you list 10 goals. She's got this theory, and I'm still learning. Like I said, 10 years, 10 dreams, 1 goal. But you set your intention and your goal as if it already happened. Now, whether that goal takes a year to happen, one of her goals was to have a New York bestseller. And she wrote in her journal every day for 6 years that she was going to be a New York bestseller. And then it finally happened. It didn't happen the first week, the first month, the first year, the 4th year, or the 5th year. But in 6 years, she had a book hit the #1 New York Times best-selling author. And so some of the things, there's a little, I want to call it stream of consciousness she has you do. If you don't have this journal, pick it up. It's called Start Today. My daughter got it for me, as I said, at the conference. She's got this cover, another cover, and which book is it she recommends? I know she's got a few books out, and I know Sarah has them. Excuse me. I was just trying to see if I could find really quick. There's one book. Oh, okay. I speak about about this process in my book, Girl, Stop Apologizing, and I highly recommend that as a companion for this journal. So I think I'm going to go ahead and order that for myself. So maybe that's something you already have. Maybe it isn't something you already have. But I think that would be a worthwhile investment. And so I'm going to do that. But so there's a little bit of stream of consciousness, like she has you go in and write, in 10 years I will be. What the best version of yourself in 10 years will be. And so you sort of just, without a lot of thought, you go through and you write about 10 things down that you see as the best version of yourself. And then this is the first step. That's you in 10 years. Okay, now it's time to narrow it down. So you narrow it down to 10 dreams, and then you get specific. One of the things she says that she always writes every day in her journal is, I am an exceptional wife, because she wants, that's just one of her journal prompts every day. I am an exceptional wife, rather than I want to be an exceptional wife. That is sort of the premise. It would be interesting, and I'd be really happy to do some lives if I get some people that are interested in this and would like to go along and do it with me. And on lives, we can converse a little bit better. But she says to take a minute and brainstorm all the dreams, look at your vision of who you want to be in 10 years from now, write it down, and write down all the things that would be true if it was your reality. You need to narrow it down to 10. Okay, so I did that. So I will share with you, because there's really nothing here that's too personal, because I will be talking about these things. You'll see me writing these over and over and over again throughout. I don't know how long it'll take to get through this journal, but if I could manage to get to the end, it'll be a while, and I shouldn't even say if, because there again, that's not, making it happen. But the dreams that will make my vision a reality, I only managed to fill up one page, but being as how weight loss and getting back in shape and getting fit and strong and healthy is my main goal. That's what I put first. So the dreams that will make my vision a reality, I am fit, strong, and healthy. I lost 44.7 pounds because that's what I want to lose. I do weigh 145 pounds. That's the weight I want to get back to. That was my best, healthiest weight. I'm not a real petite person. I'm built muscular. So even at 145, I don't really look 145. I usually look less than that. When I was at that weight, that was the weight I was all my healthy, athletic, pre-childbirth years. Now, will I get there? I plan on it. I do look good and feel good in clothes. My belly is flat because right now it is not. I have that menopause thing going on. And I'm an exceptional wife, mother, and grandmother. So I sort of put that into one. One of my goals is to get a 4Runner. I love 4Runners. Right now, we're down to 2 cars. I have a Toyota Camry, which is basically my car, but it's turned into my husband's commuter. He commutes basically 60 miles, 120 miles round trip a day. So he uses that to commute. And then we have our big truck, which is what we use to pull our trailer. So really, if he's got my car, the only thing I have is the truck, but I don't want another car payment right now, nor would that be in the best interest of our finances. But one of these days when I get my own car again, we've got a couple of things. We had to put a new roof on our house a couple years ago, which was quite costly. So when that gets paid off, I want to get my own car again, and I want a 4Runner and I want a sunroof. I love 4Runners. My daughter Sarah has a 4Runner. I've always wanted one, and right now it just isn't a possibility, but it will be. So yeah, it's got to have a sunroof. We have our dream 5th wheel. We have a beautiful trailer now, but our plan for retirement once he retires is to maybe get something a little bit, we want to say shorter maybe, but with like 2 or 3 pop outs. So maybe not as long as our trailer is now. So a little shorter, but wider, if that makes sense. We are traveling the US. We are fit, strong, healthy, and active. My home is a safe place to fall for my family. I am debt-free and I am financially free and solvent. So those are things that I need and want to make happen. So she has you narrow it down. For example, where did she say? Let me see. So I said this would be a little bit easier. Okay. So you've got your 10 dreams I made happen. Yes, I know you didn't make them happen yet, but the point is to write them down as if you have. And so she says to get a little more specific. So for example, I want to lose weight. That's not specific. Do you want to lose 2 pounds or 100 pounds? That's specific. I want a body fat percentage of 24%. I want to save $5,000. Those are specific goals that you can measure against. So, what I did with that, when she tells you to get specific and put it down, I put the 10 things. I lost 44.7 pounds. I am at my goal weight, 145 pounds. I am strong, fit, and healthy. I am an exceptional wife, mother, and grandmother. I drive a 4Runner with a sunroof. We have our dream fifth wheel. I put we and then I in parentheses because it's something my husband and I both want. And these are also we's, but I just wrote it as I. I am debt free. I am financially solvent. I, parentheses, we are traveling the United States and my home is paid off. That was sort of my last one I threw in there. And then the next step, let me see what this page, let me cover this page up because I really, when I wrote this, I did it the other day and I didn't really quite understand. I hadn't read how to do this yet. So I did put down some gratitude and such, but it really wasn't in the correct way that I was supposed to do it. And then today, I actually wrote Tuesday, but then I put Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. Oh, one other thing I did, I thought was pretty cool. I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. On this one page, she has you write down, where was it? Where was it? I'm trying not to show you anything I don't want to. Okay. This was the best version of me stuff that I wrote. And so, but what I did, because I thought this would be fun, is I dated in 10 years I will be, and that's what I wrote down. And I wrote today's date, September 11th, 2019. In 10 years, I will be, and these are my intentions that I will be at this point, if not sooner. That doesn't mean you can't get there sooner, but the intention is by 10 years to be there. And then I wrote September, Thursday, I wrote then. I wrote today, and then I wrote then, September 11th, 2029. So in 10 years, God willing, and the creek don't rise, I can look back and say, and look at how many of these things have come true or have been accomplished. Okay. So what I wanted to show you was what I wrote this morning. And she recommends doing this first thing in the morning. The other journal's set up, I think, for a little bit later in the day. Okay. So today I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my grandkids. I'm grateful that I have goals. I'm grateful for my happy planners. It's a different pin than I am right now. My happy planners, because they help me stay focused and set goals and attain goals. And I'm grateful for my home. And then 10 dreams I made happen. So this is where it starts, and this is where I will write these things. They'll probably change and evolve, maybe not necessarily in the sense of the intent of the goal, but maybe in the wording. As I evolve, explanations could evolve. I don't know. But my 10 dreams I made happen. I lost 44.7 pounds. I weigh 145 pounds. I am fit, strong, and healthy. I am an exceptional wife. I am an exceptional mother. I am an exceptional grandmother. I drive a 4Runner with a sunroof. I have my dream fifth wheel. I am debt-free, and I am financially solvent. The goal I am going to achieve first, I want to lose 44.7 pounds. That's my goal. So tomorrow, on a new day, first thing in the morning when I have my coffee, I'll write down what I'm grateful for, and then I'll write the 10 things that I'm going to make happen. And I'll do this. And so this will be, maybe I should put a little tab or something, because I'm kind of thinking, like I said, this is going to be a Wednesday thing for me. So Wednesday's a good day. I don't babysit. Even if I do, I can do this in the morning. Excuse me. So this will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this right here will be our Wednesday check-in. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in me doing something like this live, and you either have this journal or you would like to do some kind of journaling with me, goal setting, intention setting, I'd love to do it live and we can converse, but let me know in the description box below. This is just the very beginning. So that is journal number 1. Okay, so that's Rachel Hollis, and I will hashtag that because I want to get this, and I'll be posting on her social media. I'll be posting photos of the Start Today journal. I've kind of looked at how others post on there, so I will sort of do it along, you know, with the thread and the theme of how other people post. I do want to get that book. I know my daughter would let me borrow it, but I would really rather have one of my own because I think, as you're gonna see right now, where did I say I saw it? I tend to like to highlight things in my books, and so probably this book, yes, will be very, very well loved and used. Let me just take this because it's a pretty color that matches, and I'm all about the matchy color, you know me. So I'm going to order the girl Stop Apologizing, and I'll incorporate that in with this journal series. So let's go ahead and put that one away and get to the other phase of my journal, and I'll set this right over here. As I said, I had some issues. I tried to make a couple changes. I got a new camera. I had focusing issues with that. I'm sure it's me, not the camera. I tried to move to a different location in my craft room, but the lighting wasn't good. It's afternoon right now, so I do get some shadows, but for whatever reason, this particular spot, after a couple years of trying, seems to be, at this point for me, until I can really invest in better lighting, the best I can come up with what I've got. So now this is the wellness, maybe it's the wellness, and there were a couple different covers, but I love this cover. I think it's so pretty. So I already did a little bit of journaling in here, but I didn't really stick with it. So I wrote on the other side, so I'm gonna flip this over, so because all that stuff is, I haven't even done it for, when did I write in there? In July, so it doesn't apply. So today is Wednesday. I want our Wednesdays to be our Wellness Wednesday check-in, whether it's via a video or a live chat. And I did a few things today to work toward my goal. I always take my little dog Max for a walk in the morning, but he's a little chewini, so he's not. I'm used to walking my German Shepherd, and we could go for miles, but my little Maxie, he can't walk that. He's not with me. I thought he was asleep down there. You know, for him, it's more of a sniff. I mean, it's a sniff fest. He goes and sniffs and pees and sniffs and pees and sniffs and pees. But it's not a real workout for me. And I'm not going to get this weight off unless I start, of course, number one, being more careful with my calories, choosing if I'm going to eat carbs, how and when do I want to eat them, that kind of thing. And obviously increasing my exercise. So I took Max for a walk, sitting here looking at my nails, realizing it is definitely time to redo them. But then I came home, and this was my intention this morning. I took a little jog. Mind you, I'm a 56-year-old grandma. I'm a breast cancer survivor who had chemo and radiation, and my lungs have never been the same. Nothing in my body has been the same since chemo and radiation. We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I did take a jog, but what I did, there's a street that I go up, it's right by my house. I think I'm gonna have to drive it, or maybe my husband and I could ride our bikes. Because I used to know, I think if I go to the end of the road and back is a mile maybe. From our house to the end of Reynolds Road and back is a mile. I'm pretty sure. Which used to be I'd walk that all the time. In fact, I'd walk even further. Sammy and I would go oftentimes for 2 or 3 mile walks at one point in my life. I did all the time. But so what I did today, because I know jogging, I don't have issues that are going to be a problem with jogging. Not the level to which I jog. Let's just put it that way. It's kind of a walk, jog. But it's enough to get my heart rate up. It's enough to get me sweating. It should be enough to help boost, my immune system. So what I did was I went about halfway because I thought to myself, let's set realistic goals. And I didn't want to be real sore tomorrow. So I thought, okay, let's go to the halfway point. So I walked and I jogged and I walked and I jogged and I walked and I jogged, turned around and I came back, and going up is uphill, coming back is downhill. So I was able to jog more coming down than I was going up. But when I get to the point, because I'm not going to jog every day. I think I'm going to try to do every other day. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday might be my jog days. Just for now, just to start realistic, small goals, small steps. But when I get to the point that I can jog from my house to the halfway point without walking, then I'll increase my distance. So then eventually I'll be able to walk and jog up to the end of the road, and then the same coming home. So I'm going to go in small increments and give myself grace that way. I did do a little stretching before I left. I did warm up because I took about a 10-minute walk with Max. Did a little stretching, but then one thing I did when I got home, I love yoga with Adrienne. I've been doing that off and on for a few years now. And I saw that she had a yoga for runners. And so I went ahead and pulled that up on my iPad and brought it up on my TV, because that's the way I do it in my family room. I've got a great little spot. And I really love yoga. So that's another, I didn't write that as an intention, but that's definitely going to be a huge part of my physical improvement journey. So I went ahead and I did the yoga for running program with her, which was about a 20-minute yoga. So it was just stretching mainly, so that actually was what I needed. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do when I'm not doing my jogging is focus on a more, she's always got all kinds of different, you can either do like different 30-day yoga things, or she's got yoga for weight loss, yoga for this, yoga for that. So I don't really have a set direction in yet as to which yoga program I'm going to do with her, but I may come up with one. But so tomorrow will be more of an intense, a good yoga workout. Then Friday I'll do my jog and my runner's yoga. So I think that's a good, reasonable goal to expect for myself, and also make me feel like I'm doing what I need to do to get to that goal. I'm taking the action steps. So enough about that. I was just trying to explain where I was in my headspace today. So today is 9/11/19. 9/11. Gosh, hard to believe, huh? Haven't really watched too much TV today, but it's always interesting watching the programs on 9/11 and the tributes. I love that. So how do I feel today? Today I feel motivated. And encouraged. And motivated and encouraged to make my dreams a reality. See my shadows coming around. It's a little breezy today. My dreams a reality. Reality. What am I grateful for? I am grateful that I could take a run. Well, that I could jog today. I'm grateful for Yoga with Adrienne. If you haven't watched her YouTube channel, check it out. She is fantastic. Adrienne, I think she spells it with just one D. I can remember times when I was on chemo. Oh my God. I couldn't even walk to the street, let alone jog up the street. So that's why I'm putting that. So I'm grateful for I could jog, Yoga with Adrienne, and that I'm eating clean. I had for breakfast, I got some squash, so I sauteed some squash and I scrambled a couple eggs. So I had my squash and my eggs. And then for lunch, I did have a tuna sandwich, but I had it on wheat bread and some of those veggie straw sticks, you know. You guys seen those, like veggie chips, veggie straws? I didn't have very many, just a handful. And then for dinner, I'm not a big snacker, so I won't eat again before dinner. But for dinner, I've been marinating some chicken. I made my own pollo asada marinade. So we're gonna have grilled pollo asada chicken, and I'm gonna make Mexican street corn. So that's eating pretty healthy. I'm not a big sweet eater, so I don't eat sweets. I don't eat dessert. Oh, I have strawberries. So we'll probably have those for dessert. We will have some strawberries, and I bought some cream in case my grandkids wanted it. I enjoy my wine, so I'm still going to allow myself a couple glasses of wine in the evening. Not going to deprive myself, but you know, I pick and I choose. Because I'm not a big sweet eater, so that's kind of my dessert. If I get my dessert calories, I get them in wine. If I don't have wine, then I don't get like dessert calories. So one thing that inspired me today, one thing that inspires me every day are my children. Oops, sometimes my writing. My children inspire me every day. My son-in-laws inspire me. My grandkids, they all inspire me. Both of my son-in-laws are law enforcement, and they're very fit. So they're an inspiration to me. My grandkids. Inspires. One thing that inspired me today. Okay, well, I put my children, my son-in-laws, and my grandkids. What have I done for myself today? I started I know my pretty pin does not fit in there, but I like it in there. I started ACH Rachel Hollis. I don't know if any of you guys have seen her, but my daughter said she was so good. Rachel Hollis. Hashtag start today journal. Okay. So that's one thing I did good for myself today. What have I done for others? Well, I haven't really been around any others today. Took my dog for a walk. So that's good. I took Maxie for a walk. for a walk. And I will cook my husband and I a healthy dinner. Cook a healthy dinner. Healthy dinner for us. Okay. Lists today's small victories. Well, being as how it's a big one for me, small victory was I jogged, I did yoga, started, can't think of the words. I started a chain reaction of events that are going to make me a healthier person, a better person. Small victories. I jogged, I did yoga, I journaled. And hopefully I started a Wellness Wednesday following. Started a wellness. And this wasn't something I intended on doing when I woke up this morning. These are how things happen for me. Sometimes they just evolve. A Wellness Wednesday series. And I will be tracking my weight loss journey in my Healthy Hero. I've yet to get back in and get that all set up. Hopping in a little bit late in the month, but that's okay. Better late than never. So you will come along on that journey with me too. And I've already told you how much I want to weigh and how much I have to lose weight to get there. So do the math. I'm not going to lie about how much I weigh. I don't know that I'm going to put measurements and stuff like that really out there, but I should measure just so I have a good starting point. But I've still yet, probably by next week, I'll have a real good setup. This week I'll have a setup filmed and uploaded, but it's just sort of transitioning into it. So I think that's probably, what else? Oh, list today. Oh, I paid bill. Well, how can I say I paid bills? I paid a couple bills, but I got the paperwork in order. I got my paperwork. That's another area that I want to start working on. Paperwork in order to get on top of budget. Budget. I'm going to work really hard here this last quarter of the year to set a budget and stick to it. So for me, that's a challenge. But anyway, I think that's about it, guys. We will meet back here next Wednesday. So again, this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll meet back here next Wednesday, either in a video or live, and we'll see how many people we can get onto this with us as far as our Rachel Hollis book, our Start Today journal, and our Happy Planner prompted journal, morning and evening journals. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you found some inspiration in this today to do something good for yourself, for your health, for your mental well-being. for your family, the people that love you and want you to be around for many, 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 many more years to come. Maybe it's just motivated you to journal. If that's something that you've been wanting to do and you haven't, that's great. Anything motivate you to wash your car, to take a walk, whatever. Let's just encourage one another, motivate one another, and lift up one another. So I will see you in my Healthy Hero video when I get that done and up. And I'll see you back here next week for another installment of our Wellness Wednesday series. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Take care. Love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.